And hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. I'm your host and GM. I'm Fnord Prefect, and I have a group of some new players with me tonight. One of whom you've seen and met before. Everybody else is bringing in new level 1 characters to join the crew, and we're going to play a game tonight and see what happens. So, those of you who have watched before will recognize this first person in my list. We have Brandon, who is playing a new character for us tonight. Brandon, say hi to the folks out there at YouTube.
Hello, YouTube. I hope YouTube's doing well. I'm doing quite well.
We're fine, thank you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, applause. All right. Yeah. So I'm back. I'm going to be playing level 1 with all of the new people. I've rolled a wizard. This wizard is Bill McNye, the magic guy, and Bill's focus is in the creation of magic items. And right now, his focus is to go out, adventure, and find materials that you can use to cast normal spells differently. So, example, mage armor uses a piece of cured leather as a focus. So maybe he finds like troll hide or something and tries casting mage armor with troll hide just to see what happens.
Very nice.
Um, yeah, he's brought along with him several scrolls of spells to pew pew things, and yeah, that's his jam.
Awesome. Let's see. Next in my list, that was Bill here. Next on my list, I have Zri. Zri is joining me for the first time tonight. Zri, say hi. Tell us about yourself and tell us about your character.
Hello, I am Sui, or Stefan is my name, but I use Sui as internet name. Today I'm going to play for the first time Tor. What was I called? Torli. Torli? Yes.
This is not the best token, but it's something to placeholder. We'll find a better one for you in the future, but this is him.
Yeah. He is just your friendly neighborhood graveyard keeper who tends to the grave, and well, he kinda speaks to the dead in his pastime. Which, I mean, some don't like it, especially not the church maybe, which is why he have lost his tongue, and got his mouth stitched up, and because of that is unable to speak.
Real quick, did you do the thing we were talking about?
I did not.
Okay, cool.
Maybe another time.
All right.
Maybe another time.
Cool. We'll just role play with it.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah, that's definitely an interesting character. I pulled a couple strings here. I'm let him do some things I normally don't allow because I want to see this character played out.
Yes. It is. The character is an oracle, but I guess it's not how a normal oracle would be. But yeah, that's my character.
And then on top of all of that, when he came in here and he rolled for his stats, tell us what happened, Thorley.
I might have rolled a bit good. It might have been a lot of high numbers. Maybe.
Maybe. So, like I said, this is going to be an interesting character to watch develop.
He may or may not have stolen the number 1 stats roll from Vesa.
All right. So yeah, thanks there, Zri, or Thorley as it may be. Next on my list, we have Jake R. Jake R. also is a new player to the Color Animal Inn. How you doing, Jake?
Hey, I'm doing okay. My name's Jake. I'm a college student up in New York, and I'm going to be playing Arlen Grohl, who is a student of a very unorthodox chef.
Right. And so I picked this token. We're going to look for a better one for you. This one looks like a chef, but your thing is that you are carrying a pair of saucepans or something, right?
Yes, I am dual-wielding frying pans.
There you go. Sounds like a good character. What else do you want to tell about him?
Like I said, student of a very unorthodox teacher. The teacher emphasized more hands-on activities like gathering your own ingredients. So he kind of got a wanderlust from that. So now he's on the lookout, kind of like Bill McNye, for new ingredients to hone his craft.
Awesome.
We should hunt dragons together.
I would cook the shit out of dragon meat.
Yeah.
Good.
So I can see some really interesting things happening here as you come across new critters and like skin and butcher them and figure out what you can do with them. This is going to be an interesting game. Hopefully, an interesting series of games if y'all come back in the future. Let's see. Next on my list, I have another new player with me, Michael A. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Can I call you Mike?
Yep, I prefer Mike actually.
All right. So what would you like to tell us about yourself and about your character?
Well, I'm currently living in England, so I'll probably have to be leaving probably about 2-3 hours. I'm playing a completely blind monk by the name of Mike Ellis.
And completely blind. That's interesting.
Yep.
How does he get around?
He has honed his senses to be completely aware of his environment in very dark and unfamiliar situations. He has to rely on other people.
Okay. Now, what else sets him apart from everybody else?
He has he's driven by a sense of justice due to being bullied as a child for his blindness. He was born blind, and he just wants to basically defend the weak and gather knowledge.
Sounds good. Another interesting character. I love interesting characters, man. You come up with a character, oh, I hit things. How? Hard. Yeah, okay. Fun game maybe, but no, these are fun characters. Next on my list, I have another new player, Topek. Topek, how you doing? Topek, you out there?
Sorry,
Oh,
I
there you
forgot I
go.
muted my mic.
That's all right.
I'm doing good. I have played once before. I was Brandon H at the time. I believe I actually played with Brandon L.
Yes, you did.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I keep
And
forgetting
Mike
that
here. What?
you've been here before. I'd forgotten about that.
Yes, I changed my display name, and it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay. I'm playing Tarkin. He's a halfling sorcerer with the draconic bloodline. His draconic bloodline actually shows itself on his features, and he was bullied as a kid because of being considered a bastard, because of his unusual features. He's grown a slightly sullen disposition, and is just looking for somewhere to belong, though he would never admit it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got anything else special about him you'd like to share?
Nothing
Right.
that comes straight to mind. Sorry.
Oh, that's a good story though. Yeah. Again with the bullying. Let's see who's next. Last up on my list, we have Nate, who joined us at the last minute. He's going to be playing a barbarian pre-gen that I have set up here. But Nate, you are welcome to make him or her, as the case may be, have any personality that you want. So how about you tell us about yourself and her?
All right. In terms of D&D, I've only played a few games. Pathfinder, it's been a while, but 5e most recently. In terms of Amari, she lost her tribe a while ago, so she just roams now from town to town, looking for work, looking to get rid of her anger because she feels like she's a dude trapped in a woman's body.
All right, how'd Bill get over here? There's two.
Oh, I should be the one in the inn.
Can you move the other one?
Yeah, it should be, yeah. There are two of me. I'm a wizard, so I can just do that. Don't worry about it.
Okay. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. Cool. So yeah, good stuff, Nate. So yeah, here we go. So as far as the backstory of the world that you're inhabiting, first off, I'd like to say once and only once, this is not Pathfinder. We're using the Pathfinder rules, but this is my world. Things are going to be a little different here. And when that happens, just sort of roll with it. You know, we're here to have fun. Uh, you are in the town of Owhe, Owhe. This is a town named such for being in the middle of nowhere. Um, and until recently, it was a quiet little mountain town somewhere that nobody really paid much attention to. However, one day there was a big series of earthquakes, and some of the villagers found some cave openings in a nearby hillside that led to a series of underground tunnels that all ran a big old dungeon. So they got it into their mind that what they were going to do to make themselves a more interesting city is to send out letters and news and rumors and stuff looking for adventurers to come here to Barth the bartender to his Color Animal Inn, which was previously a smaller building, but he's recently renovated and built a much nicer looking, I think, bar for the adventurers to gather in. And the idea, both behind his idea and my own for this game, is that adventurers would come here. They'd gather in the inn, they'd meet other like minded adventurers, would gather news on things happening around the world, around the town, and then kind of group up, decide on what they want to do, go out, have very randomized adventures, kill things, take their stuff, and come back, get drunk, and share stories. So that is what y'all are doing. Um, you can choose for yourself as to whether you're from this town, whether you're visiting, whether you've just moved here, whether you're here for one night and you're moving on, any of that sort of thing. And, you know, as we go through the game in typical RPG style, your choices will have actions and consequences, and we will all write a big story together. So I think what the best thing to do to start this is to say that you all have just arrived here. It's like a Friday night, maybe. The sun's maybe a couple hours from going down. Maybe it's later. It's up to you. And you look around and you see there are a couple other adventurers as well as a few civilians in this tavern. And you kind of maybe walk around, talk to each other, talk to the civilians, talk to Barth, get an idea of what's going on, form a group, find a destination, and go kill stuff. So let's just take it as an open round right now as opposed to turn order. Anyone can just sort of jump in, take the spotlight, say what they want to do, talk to other people, see what happens.
Any of the newbies would like to start first?
No.
I guess
Or,
I'll hail the barkeep.
there you go.
All right. You said I'll hail the barkeep, but I don't know who I is. Who is I?
Oh, sorry. Arlen will hail the barkeep.
Ireland. So Barth's going to come down here. Well, hello there, sir. I don't believe I've met you before. Are you from around these parts?
No, I'm a traveling chef, actually. I've heard that there have been a lot of new faces around here, so I was hoping to try your specialty.
Oh, well, yeah, there sure have been a lot of new faces around here, but I'm sorry, we're not hiring. We've got two cooks already, as it turns out, and I just can't afford to bring anybody else on. But, you know, thanks for asking. I'll put your resume on file, and we'll be back. We'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.
He also says, are you interested in adventuring as well, or are you just looking for employment? Because there's been some real excitement around town lately.
I've heard underground caverns, something about that?
Yeah, there was a huge series of underground tunnels. Apparently, there were all kinds of creatures, a lot of undead in there. But the adventurers say they've cleared it out.
Undead meat's no good, I would assume.
Well, I have had it prepared very carefully once, and not quite to my style, but it was edible.
I guess that's the best you can hope for.
Under those circumstances, yeah. Which is a shame because the amount of meat I have to throw out sometimes is just. But anyway, that's beyond the point. Can I offer you a mug of ale?
Sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm Barth, by the way. He reaches out and shakes your hand.
Arland.
Arland. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. First mug of ale, he slaps it down on the bar, is on the house. Drink up. Let me know if I can do anything else for you.
Can do. I take a big gulp of ale.
He gives you a big old smile, make sure you're doing okay, and he's going to wander off down the bar looking if anybody else needs to talk to him.
If it's on the house, I'll have one, my good man.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand a word of that.
Sorry, if it's on the house, I'll have one as well, my good man.
Oh, who's this?
Mike Ellis.
Mike Ellis, hello. Nice to meet you, sir. I'm Barth. He shakes his hand.
Greetings.
And of course, you're new to town, are you? A new adventurer? Then by all
I'm
means.
a wandering monk.
Well, by all means, my friend. Certainly, here you go. And he sets the mug on the bar in front of you.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm a bit blind. Could you position it so I can actually grasp it, please?
Well, he looks a little surprised, which you would know if you could see, but you can't, so you don't. But he doesn't react too badly. He smiles and reaches over, slides the mug towards your hand, and a little clumsily, but ends up giving it to you.
Thank you.
My pleasure, sir. If there's anything else I can do for you, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you over. I'll be right over here.
Thank you. And I'll just sit and drink my mug of ale quietly.
Cool.
Mario noticed that the two fellas down the way just got 2 free drinks. So say, excuse me.
Yes, miss. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the Color Animal Inn.
Hello. Drinks are free here?
Well, they are if you're a new adventurer. I don't believe I've seen you before. Are you from town?
No. I just came to town here. I'm planning to stay for a little while, but I'll stay longer if the drinks are for free. That's for sure.
Well, the first drink is on the house to all new adventurers here at the Color Animal Inn. Can I get one for you then?
Pour me one up then, please.
All right, here you go. He's gonna reach out, shake your hand, and slaps big old mug of ale on the bar.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can do for you, miss?
Amari's the name. I'm always looking for good paying work. So if you see any around, let me know.
Well, at the moment, here at the Color Animal Inn, we have all the employees we can do. But you never know what might happen. Maybe I could. I've been thinking about hiring a bodyguard or a doorkeeper. Someone to kind of a little extra security, if you know what I mean.
That sounds good. If the pay is right, I'll consider it.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, at the moment, I don't have anything to offer you except for, the standard adventurer contracts. Go out there, we'll tell you where to look, and you come back and bring us something, and we'll pay you for it. The basic idea here, stepping out of character, is that, right at the moment, the Adventurers Guild, or the local, Explorers Guild, and we're getting a lot of static off somebody. A lot of background noise again. They're looking for new caverns because these earthquakes have opened up a bunch of different areas. Right now, they're offering a bounty. If a team goes out, finds a cavern entrance, and is the first one to report it, they get paid 50 gold pieces per team, per entrance. And then, of course, you'll find stuff in the caverns, that's yours. You can keep it. But they just want information. So anything else I can do for you, Miss Amari?
No, thank you. I think I'm gonna go work on my target practice.
Wonderful. Have a great night. Oh, okay. Bye. Keep working his way down the bar, making sure all the customers are doing okay, and he kind of gives Bill a glance as he's approaching.
Bill will wave. Hi.
Hello, sir. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing quite well. A little tired, but quite well.
Long day on the road, has it?
That is exactly correct. Actually, you might know the enchantress in town. She's my aunt.
Oh, yeah, the enchantress. What was her name again? Kind of gives you
Uh,
that look.
her name is Carly.
That is not the enchantress that I have in mind, but there could be another one.
The apprentice enchantress.
Huh?
The apprentice enchantress.
Okay, yes. Barth is going to bluff. He's saying that he knows her when he actually has no idea.
I would have no idea.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
you know her. Good.
Yes.
Good.
So, welcome to town. Welcome to Ohi, and welcome to the Color Animal Inn. Can I offer you a beer? Or
I
an
would
ale?
love one. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Could I actually roll a perception check against that?
Against what?
Your bluff.
Yes, you certainly can. If you'd like to make a simple perception, there's also a skill called Sense Motive.
Yeah, which I do have.
Sense Motive is going to give you more detail than simple perception.
Go on. I've got sense motive, and I think I've got a feat alertness,
Okay,
which
alertness
gives me +2 on both perception and sense motive.
Awesome. So yeah, there you go.
So is that just a straight perception test?
Just make the roll standard. I'm assuming you don't have that feat calculated in the sheets because you shouldn't.
Probably not.
Then you will just say, okay, the feat applies. We're going to add manually 2 points to this. So I got a roll. I'm going to add 2 to the results, and I've got a very good roll. So not only did you catch that Barth was kind of bluffing about this, you caught something else. And I was talking to Michael. Is that right?
No, you were talking to Bill. I picked
Nicholas.
basically seeing if I picked up on your lie or bluff.
Right. So I'm going to... So I just threw a whisper to you. You can take a minute. You can share that information with the party or not, as you choose. It may or may not even mean anything. It might be just flavor I'm throwing out. So it is still Bill McNye's turn. Bill, would you like to do next?
Well, I'll get my free ale, and I'll thank him very kindly for the free ale as it is.
He shakes your hand.
I'm Bill, by the way.
Barth, nice to meet you, Bill.
Very nice to make your acquaintance.
If there's anything we can do for you here at the Color Animal Inn, just let us know.
Will do.
All right. Let's move along. Who haven't I talked to? Tarkin. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello.
At this point, a mug would fall on the floor. Over at my table, Torley's table.
Okay.
And Torley would stand up, and he is over 7 feet tall, so he's a big guy he's thin but very tall. So he's standing there, and he is looking almost directly at the floor, and just mumbling, Almost as if he's talking to someone.
He's just talking to himself, though, just talking to thin air.
Yeah, he's just talking to thin air.
Cool.
And he would then like to pick up the mug and go over to Bart and place it there and point at a piece of cloth for cleaning up.
Okay. This lady here has been bitching and moaning at this poor guy sitting at the table next to her, and she kind of turns and gives you a glare, like you dropping the mug with her on purpose just to annoy her. But then she forgets about you and turns back to scolding him. And for another thing, when I tell you to... So you walk away and you go over to talk to Barth. So would you move your token over that way?
What?
You said you were going to go talk to Barth?
Yes.
Okay, so you should move your token over to near where he is.
Yes, over there.
Awesome. And he looks at you and reaches out a hand and says, "Well, hello there, sir. I don't believe I've seen you around. I'm Barth. I'm the bartender. What can I do for you?"
And I'm still pointing at the piece of cloth that, I mean, I'm not looking evil at him like he should go over and pick it up. I'm
Are you
kind of asking for
pantomiming?
it. What?
You're kind of pantomiming or charades?
Well, I'm trying to kind of big for it just by pointing over there and saying,
He's got one in his hand. He's got a cloth in his hand. He's wiping a beer with it. Is that one you're looking for? Or you're looking for one like on a counter somewhere?
it could be the one in his hand. It would just be the one that is most nearby.
All right. So let's see how likely he is to understand what you want. There are several ways we can go about this. The first one that comes to my mind would be linguistics. Well, since you don't talk, pantomime could be a new language for you. Do you have at least one rank of linguistics?
Nope.
Okay, so we can come back to that, but let's look at other skills too. You also have like bluff and intimidate, but most importantly, diplomacy. Diplomacy is kind of how well you get along with people, and I can see that kind of relating to pantomime, hand signals. Would you think that would be a good skill to use?
That would be a good skill to use, I think.
Okay. And then there are other options. You can look at all the skills, all the traits, all the things you might have, and come up with something that I didn't think of and suggest it, and we'll talk about that.
Yes. But yeah, I think the diplomacy might be the best one to get me out of this.
Cool. So let's go ahead and let's make a diplomacy roll. Because you're trying to be nice to him, so that seems appropriate. And I'll see based on that what Barth's reaction is. Diplomacy roll went through. I got a result here, and Barth gets that. He starts looking at you like, "What? I'm not sure." Oh, okay. And he looks at the rag. He kind of gives it a flick to try to clean it a little better for you, and then just hands it over to you.
At this point, I just give a little nod, and then I take the cloth and I walk over to clean up the mess while still pointing and mumbling at the air.
At the air, just kind of
Yeah.
not, just turn around, and ignore Barth. Well, you said thank you.
Well,
You said thank you.
well, I give him a nod.
Yeah, the nod. You didn't actually say thank you, but
and a praising nod. No.
And Barth kind of just gives you a look, scratches his head a little bit. All right, paying customer, that's fine. You'll be fine, and let's go. Reaches down behind the counter and pulls out a fresh, totally not clean, folded cloth and Starts wiping down the mug again. And I think Tarkin is the only one I have not spoken with yet. So, Tarkin, what would you like to be doing while all this is going on?
While all of that is going on, my character would just be staring at the giant man, making those muffled noises. When he finally finishes, my character cautiously strolls over to the bar and looks at Barth and says, "If that ale is still offered, I'd like one."
Hello, sir. I don't believe I've met you before. I'm Barth.
Hello, I'm Tarkin. My character reaches out his hand to shake Barth's.
Yeah. And Barth's hand just completely engulfs yours.
Yes.
But he kindly shakes it. He doesn't squeeze too hard. He's very careful. He's been around halflings before. He says, "Well, Tarkin, glad to meet you. Welcome to the Color Animal Inn. And, of course, the first mug of ale is always free for new adventurers. Here you go." Slam. What else can I do for you?
My character smiles back at him and grabs a hold of the ale and says, "Well, is there anything interesting going on around here?"
Oh, my friend, define interesting.
Hmm.
Oh God, we're gonna die?
I hope not that, but if it is that, let me know now, please.
Well, it is. It actually has been. There's been some real interesting times around here. I'm sure you've heard about the recent earthquakes, right?
Yes, I heard something about that, and that's why I came.
Well, yeah, like I said, there were some earthquakes, and they've been opening cave entrances all over the place. I've had adventurers running through here. Kind of, that's the reason we're here. Adventurers come in here, they meet up, they go out and find adventure, and sometimes adventure comes to them. We actually had a bit of a kerfuffle here just a couple days ago, but that's all in the past now. But I have heard tales of adventurers going out, finding all kinds of neat caverns and stuff, and coming back with tales and treasure. So if that's the sort of thing you're looking for, you're in the right place.
Yes, something like that sounds like it'd really make my day.
Ah, mine too, my friend, mine too. I wish I could get out from behind this bar once in a while, but you meet so many wonderful new faces, don't you? It's it's almost as good. The adventure comes to me. But yes, feel free to hang out, talk to the other patrons. I'm sure there will be more adventurers coming by every night for fun. And I've run out of dialogue, so.
Yeah. Tarkin gives Barth a knowing nod and starts sipping on his ale.
So Mario finished throwing his last axe at the target over here and with these what's been going on at the bar and say, "I heard about treasure. What kind of treasures have you seen?"
And you're talking to Barth, right?
Yes.
Wow, I've seen all kinds of things. They've come back with, of course, handfuls of coin, which is good for me. Sell a lot of drinks and a lot of food that way. Um, been good for the town too because they've been buying up all kinds of swords and weaponry, lots of ammo and magic items and such. It's been very good for the town. Everybody's profiting very well from these adventurers coming back with their treasure. I have seen some weird stuff too. I have seen, one guy came back with this here, and he reaches over and he taps on a case. This is a casket full of dried figs, which he sold me. Where he found it, I don't know, but they sure are tasty. Uh, all kinds of stuff. I've even seen somebody come back out of there with a full set of enchanted plate mail armor. So, never know what you might find.
Sounds like an opportunity.
an opportunity for some. It's unfortunately has proven to be the death of others. A lot of people have gone out and not come back. But I don't think that would happen to you. You look like the adventurous type. You look like you can take care of yourself. Am I right?
Yeah, Mari checks out her scars and says, "They haven't got me yet, so who knows what's to come."
Very good.
Arlen
So,
will
go ahead.
go ahead. Arlen will ask, how much for one of those figs?
I can give you one of these figs for a silver piece each.
I'll take one.
Wonderful. I ask you all to keep track of your own gold. I don't have time nor inclination to do so, and I trust my players because if you cheat, you're just cheating yourself.
You're cutting out.
I say ask. Oh, you know what? Hang on. My stream dropped down to 0 kilobytes per second. I may be having a real problem with the streaming. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down. I'm going to reboot and hope I can get a better connection. Take me about 10 minutes tops, and we'll take it from there. So y'all can kind of just discuss what you want to do when I'm gone. We'll be back.